Hey everyone, this is the Schwami with the Sharp app, the number one top props and betting tool in the industry. It is September 13th, Friday the 13th, and I'm going to get some week 2 props out to you because we are absolutely crushing the props right now. So let's go ahead and get started after you press that like and subscribe button on YouTube because you want to get these notifications right away. And this is our new Sharp app Daily Picks channel, so make sure that you hit that subscribe button. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our Proptimizer, the top tool, like I said, at the Sharp app, where you can make plays on your own. You don't have to follow someone's picks all the time. Now, it's always fun to follow picks, and I encourage you to, do research as well when you are following someone's picks. Never blindly follow anybody. And that's why we give you the tools like the Proptimizer so that you can make your own informed decisions, because it always feels better when you agree with somebody when they're making picks. So let's go ahead with Devin Singletary as our first pick. We're going to take him under 14.5 rushing attempts. We got a nice 13.6% edge here. We're projecting him at just under 13 rushing attempts. He had 10 last week. The Giants know that Devin Singletary is not the best running back in football. He actually might be the worst running back in football, at least starting running back in football. And that's why they only gave him 10 carries last week. Plus, they're usually behind and they need to throw the ball. And Daniel Jones also runs the ball. So that takes away some carries from Singletary. They want to get it to their first round draft pick, Malik Neighbors, who they're paying a boatload of money to. So that's why we're taking the under, and I feel very confident in that pick. And hopefully you can get this at 14.5 still when you see this video. So that is going to be our first pick here. Our second pick is going to be Isaiah Pacheco. I think he was our pick last week as well, and we're going to take him over 15.5 receiving yards. Same story as last week. We got a nice 12% edge here. We're looking for 10 or more in that green area. We picked him and he went over the mark with 33 receiving yards. There's no CEH or McKinnon, and Isaiah Pacheco looks like that 3-down workhorse back. A new receiver worthy on the team. So Pacheco's going to get that third down role here. He just needs to stay healthy, and he runs very hard. So hopefully he can stay healthy this year, but definitely like the over. This is starting to go up to 16.5. We'll take a look at the end here and see what our slips are, because I don't remember if I took him at 16.5, but I would take him at 16.5 there when we're projecting him for 19.5 receiving yards. So those two picks we're putting together for a parlay to get plus money. And then we're going to go over to, like I said, well, I'll go ahead and show you my slip on Fliff. So Fliff is a social gaming app where you buy coins, you get cash. It's as simple as that. If you're in a non-legal sportsbook state like myself, you need to use Fliff or an offshore broker. It's perfectly legal. We have a promo code for up to a $100 deposit match. Plus, they have a really cool promo this week, which is Sean O'Malley. If he lands one strike, you put 10 down. If he lands one strike, they give you $10. So free money they're throwing at you, and we need to take advantage of these promos. I'm always coaching that to everybody because we pay the juice, and we got to get that back with promos or something. So you want to take advantage of these promos as much as possible. But Fliff is a good one to have, even if you are in a legal gambling state, because you want to have as many books as possible to take advantage of the promos, as well as make sure that you are getting the best lines possible. And sometimes they have lines like WNBA lines where you can't even get those anywhere else except for Fliff. So that's why I like them, and that is my story. I'm sticking to it. All right. What were we looking at here? We're looking at our slip here for Fliff at plus 214. So we like that. We like plus money. That's going to be our first play there. So let's go to our second play, which is also going to be a parlay here. And that's going to be Zamir White. We're going to take over 10.5 carries. Hopefully you can still get him at over 10.5 carries. See if we can find him. It's always a live working document here on live working Proptimizer here. So Zamir White, 5 out of last 5, over 10.5 carries. So we like that. The first game, he had 13 carries against the Chargers. Now we know the Ravens are projected to beat the Raiders. And so you're probably wondering, well, I'm not sure about that. But what's the best way to keep the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands? That's going to be to rush the ball. And that's why the number is going up to 11 and a half here, I think, because, the Raiders don't have the greatest quarterback either. And they're going to want to, grind that clock down. And that's why we got a nice almost 32% edge here with Zamir White, the lead back on the Raiders. And we're going to pair him up. Nope, not with him, but we are going to pair him up with him. Will Dissly, over 6.5 receiving yards, which is basically one catch on the Chargers. This is his one game with the Chargers so far. I think he was on Seattle last year, if I recall correctly, was with them for a while. The Chargers don't have pass catchers, no Austin Eckler, no Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams. And you have people like Quentin Johnston who can't catch the ball. So who is there to catch the ball? You got a new receiver, who's pretty good. Forget his name. I think it was Luke something, McConkley or something. But you have him, you have Josh Palmer, and then you have Will Dissly, who can, definitely be a reliable pass catcher. So like him on the over there, and we're going to go ahead and pair him up with Zamir White there. So I will show you that slip. Let's see what that, I think that's about plus 214 as well. Let's see what that number came out to be on Fliff. And of course, if you can, plus 213, so pretty close there. Interesting on Friday the 13th. Ha ha ha. Very, I thought it was plus 214, both of them, but that is kind of wild. All right. So that's 2 of our plays. Now our last play is going to be a single prop, and that's going to be, if you know, I am a Raiders fan, and that's not necessarily why I'm picking these props, but just kind of worked out that way that it was Zamir White, and it's going to be Nelson Aguilar, a former Raider here, over 7.5 receiving yards. I think I may have gotten him at 8.5. But that's, again, basically probably one catch for him. We have him projected for more than double, 33% chance or 33% edge here. 5 out of his last 5. You have Bateman, who everyone expected to be that number 2 receiver. And I'm not saying Nelson Aguilar is, but he, again, is a reliable pass catcher. And, I think going up against the Raiders, usually the coach likes to get the ball to the player, and the quarterback does against his former team. So I think that plays a little bit of part into it, but they just don't have a ton of pass catchers either. So, Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews, and then who else? Those aren't going to be the only 3 pass catchers in the game. So you have Nelson Aguilar, who has been getting catches and taking advantage of them. So that is our last play there. I will show you that slip, and we will let you get out of here. So it is minus 120 on Fliff, and I took the over 8.5. Yep, at minus 120. Went ahead and did that. So that's Nelson Aguilar. Just to wrap up, Zamir White, Will Dissly, paired those up for plus 213, and then Isaiah Pacheco and Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary is the one under that we took, and that's plus 214. So that is your week 2 top props to start here. I've had some pretty positive CLV on my other picks. If you are following me, we've been going in the right direction. I'll probably put out some more plays here tomorrow for you, do another video. And if you don't have the Sharp app, we still got a discount. I got a link in my bio there. So go ahead and might as well become a pro member now and take advantage of these props while you still have time and it's the beginning of the NFL season. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, everyone.